All right. Up here in the top right, give it up for Gumiho.
And down here, on the other side of this map, is one guy that's one map away. It is E.G. Jaedong.
Cannot wait to see what Jaedong has planned here. I do agree with you that Gumiho is going to play a pretty standard, solid game here.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with how he played previously. I just, in terms of his build and strategy here, I just think he made a mistake when it came to scouting, which shouldn't have happened in that game. And like I said before, I think it could have been a completely different game. And I expect him to play almost identical to previously, for sure.
I think it is a very good call. Well, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if Jaedong tries something a little bit crazy, a little bit aggressive again. Whether that is going to be a Roach Baneling timing, maybe he goes into more of a macro Roach type of setting. You know, 1-1, speed, that type of thing.
It's definitely possible for sure for Jaedong. I wonder how much. I mean, do you think that he'd do something incredibly risky to potentially not kind of throw it away, but risk his lead? Or would he try to play it out straight?
He could. I mean, Jaedong was known in Starcraft 1 for having the most killer instinct in the game. He was the most decisive player that we ever really saw, aside from Flash. So if he smells weakness, he might go for it. If he thinks that it could give him an advantage, he may. But you know what I would really like to see here is some Roach Hydra play. And the thing is, Gumiho is one of the best droppers in the world, and Roach Hydra is a little bit weak to that, but I would like to see it because it would make those Widow Mines a lot worse.
The thing is with Roach Hydra and Terran players is that, especially on a map like this, Terran players are taking their third bases incredibly fast, which fuels their power going into the mid to later stages. With Roach Hydra, there are so many different drone count timings, low drone count timings that is, that Jaedong could outright win with, to be honest.
Yeah, it can be risky because if Terran knows what's happening against that, they of course can just turtle it up, get some siege tanks, and then eventually just kind of roll you.
Well, let's see if Gumiho is going to correct his mistake from the previous game, which is just kind of his scouting here. We do have the Reaper, #1, and I'm pretty sure he's going straight towards that main base, having a look for that gas and kind of saying, okay, this is possible that Jaedong could do something along the lines again.
And, ooh, look at that. Trying to bait those drones, make him lose a little bit of mining time, and doing some reasonable harassment so far.
And he's got the second Reaper this time, Autosis, looking to join forces.
Yeah, very much different from last game where he did just leave it at home. Saint Reaper going to help him out immensely, but the two Queens are popping out just now.
Yeah, I don't think Jaedong's going to try anything here. We can already see the difference from game 1. And Gumiho's in the main base immediately here, and he's keeping the pressure on, he's scouting, he's killing drones. This is basically what we should have seen in game 1.
Yeah. It's definitely a safer version, and he's getting a little bit more damage onto Jaedong as well. So, you know, Jaedong may not have any ability to hide something like a Roach Woman, because if he were to try it and Gumiho scouts it, he's pretty dead.
Well, I think we're going to be seeing this third command center come down very, very shortly here for Gumiho's.
Oh,
actually, he was thinking about that then, and then he switched over to double barracks here.
It did look like he was going to throw a command center, but with that double barracks play, the onus is on him. He's going to have to do some damage.
And the likelihood of Jaedong seeing this is incredibly high, actually, because there are no Marines. There's nothing to stop this Overlord from going in and spotting this.
This is actually really good for Jaedong. Oh, wait, no, see, that looks pretty normal.
Yeah.
He hasn't seen that. He did not commit that Overlord all the way in, probably assuming that a Marine would be built right away. So that's good for Gumiho.
That's very good, actually, here. 12 lings are being made by Jaedong, and this is kind of to protect against this small little force and to protect the third base being taken. Perfect timing there from Gumiho to be able to pick off that drone. But I'm interested with these barracks. I mean, there's a couple of different styles that he can go for. You know, the older school Marauders, but he's got double reactors coming down, and he's definitely looking at
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, it's okay. He will escape with these, but he's definitely looking to hit near stim completing, more so when stim and combat shield both complete.
Yeah.
And if Jaedong, for example, doesn't have a Baneling Nest down and skips something like a key structure like that, he could actually lose his third base and more so than that.
Very, very true. And there are 6 Hellions out, so he's going to do very well against pure Zergling. There are a lot of Zerglings out, so if Jaedong can somehow get a surround on these, that's going to make holding the little bit later attack with the mass Marines a lot easier.
And Gumiho, through playing with these extra barracks, he hasn't got double engineering base down. He doesn't have a third command center. A Starport should follow and is following from this. I'm interested to see if Jaedong holds this, he's in such a good position.
Yeah.
Very good position, actually.
Now his Queens are trying to push back these Hellions and Reapers, but they're starting to deal damage, realizing that they are superior in numbers. They're going on a creep, and the Zerglings are coming from behind. But they do get off, and I don't think he's really going to lose too much here.
Oh, he's coming down from the right-hand side here, and good play by Gumiho to go behind the mineral line. Oh, Jaedong grabs 2, and a third is going to grab this, and he should be able to clean up absolutely everything here.
Very well done by Jaedong.
And
now
this is quite a fast spire here, coming down by Jaedong, faster than usually. Because usually you'd see double evolution chamber coming down and earlier upgrades, but he's actually saved a lot of gas through playing like this.
Yeah.
The evolution chambers will come afterwards. And, well, this is actually rather dangerous. We talked about what Gumiho's going for in this game, and Jaedong without a Baneling Nest, without any 1-1 upgrades, which he potentially could have had by this stage, needs a Baneling Nest down, Autosis. Actually really desperately needs one.
I have to agree with you on that, but it looks like he's just going pure Zergling right now. I think he wants to pop out as many mutas as possible when he finishes up this Spire, but you know, he's going to have to get a very good surround off with his Zerglings.
Well, it looks like these Marines are moving forward here. Is he going to get the right surround? He's coming in for it.
Well, he's dealing a good amount of damage. Those did stim, and Combat Shields is not done, so they're low on health. Gumiho with some great stutter step, though, taking out quite a few.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if he should have waited for the Medivacs there. They're only seconds behind. I think it would have added a lot of extra strength here, but we do have the Spire about to finish up, and this is going to come at a little bit of a faster timing than it would do usually. And I'm not sure that Gumiho's expecting this.
Well, we'll see. The 5 mutas on the way, as well as 1-1 for the Zerglings. Not a lot of gas left over for Jaedong, so just the 5 mutas, and finally that Baneling Nest does come up. But I feel like, you know, Gumiho has lost so many units to these Zerglings that I don't think that this attack is going to do enough damage to really injure Jaedong in the way that Gumiho needs to right now.
Well, a lot of Lings just left. Actually, they're coming back just in the nick of time here to deal with this. And this potentially could do a little bit, but with the Mutalisk, I think he'd actually cleared out everything, including the Medivacs here.
He might be able to. Those Zerglings going up. Targeting down the Medivacs is Jaedong. The first one goes down, and it looks like Gumiho is going to lose everything.
All right, Autosis. There is a drop coming towards the natural here, which could do a little bit of damage. But so far, Jaedong's playing this out really well, and if we look at Gumiho, who invested so much into this, he is not doing the damage necessary for the investment he's taken. He could have had 1-1, he could have had 2-2 on the way by now, could have had that earlier third command center. I'd give the lead to Jaedong right now, almost quite convincingly.
I have to agree with you, Apollo. This is definitely a game where Jaedong is in control, he's in command, even takes down that medevac. Really nice by Jaedong hunting it down. He has actually stopped Gumiho at every turn. Gumiho has done very interesting and clever strategies and attacks, but every time Jaedong has exactly what he needs to hold it off.
And there's Overlord spreading creep on the potential third bases here. Jaedong knows that Gumiho is on 2 bases. This is incredibly good here for Jaedong. And what we're going to see very shortly is Gumiho will make a stand. He's going to move out. He's going to try and take a third base. He has to take a third base because Jaedong will take a fourth in seconds' time. And as soon as he attempts that, Jaedong is going to come in, he's going to have Baneling speed ready, he's going to make a lot of units, and he's going to look to take the victory.
You're so right, Apollo. This is going to be so deadly against Gumiho. I don't think Gumiho is going to get a third up really at all. In fact, he's going to float it down to the place where you normally take a fourth, which is kind of interesting.
This, I actually can't see him taking a third, and I can't see him surviving more than the next couple of minutes here. Yeah. I think Jaedong's going to start to morph a lot of Banelings. I think he's going to put all the pressure on as Gumiho tries to take this third base. And we actually could be seeing Jaedong taking out Gumiho here, which I didn't even think was possible.
Well, you know, as I was saying before, man, this is Jaedong. He knows how to play under pressure, and he is really bringing out his absolute best. I haven't seen him play this well yet in StarCraft 2.
I completely agree with you. And coming into this, I mean, even In Control told me earlier that he didn't believe that Jaedong was, doing very well against Terran. He isn't doing very well against Terran. But here, he's displaying that. He's showing us that he can. And very shortly, we are going to see a massive assault by Jaedong. 2-2 is on its way here. Come the Banelings. I don't think Gumiho can hold his stance here. I truly don't believe it's going to happen.
Yeah. Look at this. He's popping out a whole bunch more mutas as well. Those are going to help him clean up quite nicely. I love the siege tanks that we see here. This is going to help out. Gumiho realizes he's going to have to fortify his position, so the siege tanks are going to be very useful.
All right, well, let's see how well this is going to go down. Another drop is going to be almost picked up in the top left by those Zerglings. Jaedong spreading creep towards his destination, towards where he wants to hit. And things are going to go quite crazy. So let's have a look at the supply. 156 borrowed Banelings there.
Oh. He is...
All
right. 2-2 is about to finish, and Jaedong is really getting a lot of units still. Looks like his fourth is going to be denied.
That's a nice little win there for...
a small win for Gumiho there.
Gumiho for sure. I'm still waiting for Jaedong to pounce here. He's definitely going to do it very shortly. He's not looking to get an infestation pit. He just lost his fourth base. He is going to pounce on this army very shortly.
Jaedong is about to have 25 mutas. That is pretty scary. These Marines are going to have to dodge every single Baneling.
Oh, Gumiho is moving out with a very small army here, Autosis.
And he's on creep.
And Jaedong...
Okay, now he's going off creep. That's a little bit better for him.
Jaedong's chasing it down. Jaedong's going to jump on this opportunity. He comes in from every single angle here.
Oh my god.
Everything's going to die.
And the Baneling's getting some pretty good connections. He will back up for now. Doesn't want to lose any mutas, but that was a very effective attack there by Jaedong.
159 supply. Another drop heading off as Zergling does spot it there. That's very smart from Jaedong to actually leave that. Hold that thought. Look at this. He comes in and kills off a lot of these units just idle without the main force.
That is a lot of mutas right there. In fact, he's making 7 more. He's really focusing on the mutalists. And in fact, going after the economy right now, harassing these SCVs. And that's going to keep Gumiho, for the most part, at home.
And look at that. Jaedong's able to jump between these bases. Looks like Gumiho very smartly is waiting. And Jaedong's got to be careful here not to lose too much. Picks off the Medivac. A second one is going to go down as well. And not quite a third.
Well, he's doing some really nice harassment, but hold on, Widow Mines! Ooh, a lot of damage being dealt to those mutas.
And Jaedong, you mentioned he's putting a lot of emphasis on his mutalist count, and he just lost the majority of them there. He's down to 17, was up to about 28 before. Still, this is a high-pressured situation for both players, and we are going to see Gumiho make his movement out. Widow Mines included within the army now.
And you know what? Gumiho is starting to come back a little bit. Jaedong's still on just 3 bases, so Gumiho moving forward. The Widow Mines are coming out and doing a good job so far.
+2 attack on these Mutalists, though. Jaedong maintains a bit of a supply lead here, 160 to 124. And these Medivacs are going to go down as well. This is really nice to pick off the Medivacs here. And I think the count is down to a minimum of 2, just 2 Medivacs in this game.
Wow, that's actually really good for Jaedong. He's got some nice upgrades on his units, so without that healing, it's going to be hard. But a Baneling little attack here into the natural, dealing some damage to these reinforcement Marines, and now going after those SCVs.
Oh, and Jaedong picks off another small victory, and he's got an Overseer, so these Widow Mines are going to go down. He's got to be cost efficient against them. Looks like he's going to pick off the majority of them here, and Jaedong's pushing towards this third base, and Gumiho is down to 93 supply here. I can't believe he's dropped below 100 supply here. This is really, really low.
Well, Jaedong is just all over the place. We have the mutas taking out this third expansion. 11 more mutas on the way, still really focusing upon them, but Jaedong still doesn't have a fourth, so Gumiho isn't necessarily dead yet.
Not quite yet, but 12 more Mutalists on the way. I don't think he has the count to deal with this. It's incredibly high. The third base is being evacuated. The main base of Gumiho is not even mining. There aren't any SCVs in there at the moment. Oh, big hit from those Widow Mines.
Yeah, that's actually what this is going to come down to for Gumiho. He does have a lot of Widow Mines. He's about to have 11. So if he gets some really strong hits on this huge Mutalist Clock, or maybe on some Banelings as well, that could definitely do it for him.
Well, Jaedong is now at Hive as well, with +3 Carapace coming in for his Zerglings. I'm sure we'll see the Ultralisk Cavern come down soon enough here. But right now, Jaedong is suffocating Gumiho here. He's just running out of resources, running out of income. And Jaedong now finally establishing a fourth base up on that left-hand side. He's going to start mining there shortly.
Yeah, I don't think Gumiho's going to be able to get it this time, Apollo. So, you know, what can Gumiho do here to push through and do the damage he needs?
I feel he just has to rely so much on Widow Mines. It's really the only thing that can save him in this scenario. If he can get some good detonations and turn around with his Marines, I think that's the best thing for him.
Yeah, I do have to agree. We do have the Ultralisk Cavern on the way. That's going to help out a lot. This huge Mutalisk Flock flying up right now. Going after that command center for a moment. It is up back up to 22, and he has to be so careful here.
I think he sees them. He sends his Corruptor in and detonates on the Corruptor and the Overseer instead of the Mutalisk there. That's really nice, smart play there. And oh my gosh, look at how many Zerglings we have.
Oh, but the Widow Mines burrow in a matter of seconds, and they are so effective. Really great Widow Mine hits there by Gumiho.
Uh-oh. Is he going to get this? Is he going to get this command center? The stim comes in and is down burning. Not quite pulling that command center out of the sky here. It looks like a drop on the left-hand side as I do see a Medivac moving across here. Not really achieving too much. Zergling's already there to defend. But look at these upgrades that we're seeing in the production tab. If he gets Ultralisk out, the game will just end.
Yeah.
There is no Marauders. There is nothing to deal with them. Jaedong needs a bit more, needs a little bit more resources, then that's going to happen.
Yeah, Ultralisks are going to be the ultimate finishing unit here for him. Gumiho just doesn't have. Oh my God, that's some pretty good Widow Mine shots.
That command center is going to go. This one's even burning down on the left-hand side here. One goes down. That's a massive blow. And oh my God, this another one's going to burn down as well.
All those SCVs dying as well, but Gumiho pushing over to this fourth. Can he get rid of it?
I don't think Jaedong cares about this base anymore, Otosis. He's picked off 2 command centers. They both go down. All he needs to do is wait with Ultralisk, lose this base. I don't think he cares, because once the Ultralisk enter the field, 5 Ultralisk, there is nothing stopping them in combination with these Mutalisks. And once the army goes down with no mining bases, that's it. That's game over.
Well, you know, Gumiho, he's not going to give up yet. Still making Widow Mines. A big attack over here. Ooh, a nice burrow, but a smart scan by Gumiho, taking out those drones. And Jaedong continues to put on the pressure, and if he gets up on these production facilities, what is Gumiho going to do?
The crowd is screaming GG already. 7 SCVs remain here for Gumiho. Ultralisks are about to make their way. They are going to be fully upgraded against these units. There's no Marauders. There's minimal units. Gumiho is down to 49 supply. The Widow Mines go down incredibly fast there, and Jaedong does evacuate, but this isn't the real army that Gumiho even has to be scared about.
No, it is not. We have 10 Ultras in just a moment.